boss that you've seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you've seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss. Then we came here to ball. I'm the biggest boss that you've seen thus far. I'm the biggest boss that you've seen thus far.
We've got NBA basketball in store for you. We're live at the Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. The home of the Warriors, live on 2K Sports. Last outing for the Clippers, it was a loss to Phoenix. And boy, they really got humiliated at home. They got flat out dominated in that game, guys.
Yeah, they just caught a team, Kevin, that was in a zone, and they didn't have the manpower defensively to disrupt them.
Hey, zone or no zone, I expected a little more fight out of them than what they showed. I mean, they never strung together any stops like they needed to.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Anthony is out there with Whiteside. Then it's Corey Brewer. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's LeBron. And at the 3 spot, Brewer's shot is off. Look at the last game for the Golden State Warriors. It was a win against Memphis.
And they were really locked in from beyond the arc in that game. I mean, the results wouldn't have looked anything like it did had it not been for their ability from beyond.
Exactly. They were spraying home threes at a huge rate.
And so it's the Warriors getting on the board first. Here's LeBron. Good defense by Iguodala. And for Andre Iguodala, last year was a first in 758 games. Up until then, he had not once ever come off the bench.
Yeah, he had been a starter throughout his 10-year career, every single game, Kevin. And last year he came off the bench in every game. Big adjustment for the veteran, but he made it well.
And getting back to Iguodala last season, not only did he come off the bench for the first time ever, but he really thrived in doing so. Playing the fewest minutes per game of his career, he was able to avoid some of the nagging injuries that had plagued him in the past. And so he could stick around to help the Warriors assemble that franchise record of 67 wins last season. Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
Here's Green. The Clippers grab the miss.
Defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Paul with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to.
And guys, as he should be, remove all doubt on that attack.
You know, for Iguodala at this point in his career, it's just about winning. He's had a couple of large contracts. He's made multiple All-Star teams, but now it's about rings for him. And he got one.
And I tell you what, anytime you get those easy ones, that basket starts to get bigger.
Anthony with it. He had 25 points last game. On the wing, Brewer. He feeds it to LeBron. Clippers moving the ball around. Shot clock at 5. The Clippers need to get off a shot. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Bogut sends a screen for Curry. He dishes it to Bogut. Off the screen. That one rolling around and rims out. The Clippers trail. Anthony down low. Working on Green. Carmelo Anthony, the 3rd pick overall in the 2003 NBA draft, was in some pretty good company at the top of that one, as I recall.
I mean, you had LeBron going 1, and, of course, Darko Milicic was number 2 on that list. But how about D-Wade at 4? A little bit of a surprise, Chris Bosh, and all those guys, with the exception of Melo, have rings.
And back to Melo's top 5 draft mates in 2003, all having rings. You can't choose the team you play for as a rookie. Melo simply hasn't been surrounded by that much talent. That's why it was somewhat surprising that he re-signed with the rebuilding Knicks team last season.
Now, here's Green. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Memphis.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
Here's Paul, following the basket by Draymond Green. 3-pointer, and Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Brewer. 9 points for Carmelo Anthony.
And guys, talking about Melo, I mean, he's faced some difficult injuries here of late. That puts all the more pressure on him to win a ring as soon as possible. No way does he want to retire without that chance.
Here's Curry, and he gets it to go.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Now let's find out what head coach Steve Kerr had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
He said that they will be focusing a lot of their defensive effort into slowing down Carmelo Anthony. I asked him for specifics, and he said, Melo is such a dynamic player, there really isn't any single thing we'll do that will be the answer. Instead, we're just going to throw everything we have at him and see how he handles it. Guys?
And thank you for that, Doris. Offensive rebound. Here's Green, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. That one's on Anthony. The Warriors have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. And the first one drops.
And Draymond Green, guys, has won at every level. I mean, led Saginaw High School to 2 consecutive state championships at Michigan State, 2 trips to the Final Four, and now making noise with the Warriors. It's clear this guy's a winner.
The Warriors making a switch here. Barnes is checked in. Now here's Paul. He's coming off a 16-point game against Phoenix. And you can count it, he'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
Vasili's checked in for Andrew Bogut. Well, at this point in his career, Clark, it's safe to call Chris Paul one of the all-time great point guards.
Yeah, without question. I mean, for a long time, it was hard to argue that Chris Paul wasn't the top point guard in the league. Even now you can make arguments for others, but Paul is always going to be in the conversation.
Here's Curry. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. Dishes it to Green. All alone. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 3 assists tonight.
And with Paul, it is all about his consistency. Other point guards will have better years or stretches than him, but he just puts up huge numbers year in and year out, literally like clockwork.
Now, here's Biyombo. And Chris Paul gets the 3. Paul's got 6. Clark, this tug-of-war game continues.
You know what? And they just keep flip-flopping the lead again and again and again.
And, guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
Curry with it. Covered by Brewer. It's Curry with the drive. The shot misses. Smith against Thompson. It's picked off. An even 3-on-3 break. And the basket by Curry.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
You know, it's amazing to me how little fanfare CP3 gets. I mean, he's not a flashy player, but you look at his effectiveness on the court, and he's a once-in-a-generation kind of talent. I mean, he's done it all his entire career.
That's good.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
Now here's Paul. 6 points for him. It's stolen by Green. 3-on-3. Here's Thompson. It's hauled in by the Clippers. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
Yeah, and they're hoping for a better showing against this club this season. Last year they came out on the losing end.
And, you know, with 2 teams in the upper pyramid in the early going, important to establish that pecking order, especially within your conference. So this game is important.
Moment here now for an injury report. Now an update on LeBron from Doris Burke. What'd you find out, Doris?
Well, guys, I had a moment to catch up with the head athletic trainer for Los Angeles. At this point, he's saying that it looks like a level 1 twisted ankle. That's a bitter pill for them to swallow at such an early stage of the season. It really changes the look of this entire team, guys.
All right, Doris, we will, of course, keep everyone updated as we find out more.
And you know what? He could have a long road ahead in terms of getting back on the court. But one thing we all know, he's never been shy of hard work.
No, he's not. I mean, he'll be doing everything he can to make it back as soon as possible.
Yeah, good call there. I mean, feet clearly moving when he set the screen.
And he lowered the shoulder, too. I mean, they were going to get him there one way or the other. I mean, that was an easy call.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Rush comes in for Green, and it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. 58 seconds left here in the first quarter. Rush dishes to Thompson. They set the pick. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Stolen by Thompson. 36 seconds left in the first quarter. Here is Livingston. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Memphis. Brewer grabs the board. Paul outside. Stolen by Thompson. To the left wing. To the wing right side. Nobody near Barnes. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Barnes has got himself on the board with 3 there. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Warriors lead by 1. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And Clippers head coach Doc Rivers told us earlier he wants to embrace criticism and embrace lofty expectations. Doc Rivers is really a master motivator, isn't he?
Yeah,
it's almost jiu-jitsu, the way he takes something like criticism and turns it into a compliment.
How could you not want to play for Doc? I mean, he's the ultimate players coach and the kind of guy his players would do anything for. He's played the game, and he's a tremendous communicator.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Iguodala, the 3 with Barnes, the stretch 4. Rush out there with Livingston, and it's Bogut in at the 5 down low. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter.
Boy, last season, Hassan Whiteside made a huge splash in the NBA. Big blocks, big rebound totals, but he had some head-scratching moments as well. Missed his share of action due to suspensions.
Here is Livingston after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. Rush gets the bucket. Rush has got the lead back up to 3 now for the Warriors.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Now here's LeBron. 26 points for him last game against Phoenix.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into two. Points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Warriors leading by 3. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Iguodala wide open. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Livingston's got 3 assists now in this one.